Hey guys, so I know for those of you who have tuned in every single week and have watched the new videos that have been coming out, I know that you guys have noticed that we don't really have a lot of stuff on the wall and we really want to decorate it, but we wanted to make it fun, obviously. So we wanted to inquire you guys and see your stuff on the wall. So, you guys can also be a part of the experience. I think it'd be really fun.
And specifically looking for people, hopefully in the Chicago area, because then we'd be able to pick it up and it wouldn't cost you guys anything to get it to us.
Yeah, and it'll be up for like forever how long you guys like want it to be up. We can work with anything, just making sure that like we have something up here, and we want to make sure that you guys also like if someone likes a painting up here or whatever you guys want to put up here, it would also be a way for you guys to get paid. So if you guys like something, let us know, send us a message, and we'll put you in contact with the person who's the creator.
Hey, young America, we need to talk about something called grass. Not that grass. I'm talking about marijuana. It's stimulating, mind expanding.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I have a funny story.
Do you want to tell yours, or do you want me to tell mine?
I feel like either one go. I went last week, so go ahead, you go.
But like mine isn't really funny. It's
mine
kind
is kind of funny.
Okay, well, let me just get this one out of the way. So it's a one-off. So like back when I first moved here to Chicago, I was in college, so I hung out with like a group of kids like from my same like classes, whatever, and they lived here. They lived in Humboldt at the time, and we had a school project. We had like a video class I think we had to take, and it was like some project, like do it outside, like whatever. So one of the guys was like, hey, let's go to 606, and like record. And I've never, like, all this is like very new to me. This was like 2015. So I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't even know where that is, So I was like, fuck it, let's go. And we went. And then we were like at this like small park, and we were just chilling. And I am unaware of absolutely everything because I don't know this shit. Like I just moved here. So we're at this park and they're being vigilant, and I'm just like, okay, like maybe I'll also be vigilant.
Like
I don't even
notice them looking around and
yeah,
stuff?
and I'm just like, I don't even know what they're looking around for, but I guess like, yeah, right. And so
you felt the energy change.
Yeah,
and shit?
I felt the energy change. Like at one point, there was like people, there was like kids like on the playground, right? And there was like people around, but the sun was setting. So like the kids eventually like left, and because we were filming. Like I think the project was like you also have to learn how to film at night, and because that's like totally different. It's like nighttime photography. Like that's also hard, So we were doing that, and then all of a sudden this like kid, like this guy was not our age, but he wasn't a child, like he was a teenager, right? And he basically started like walking like really slowly towards us, and like you said, like the energy just like shifted. Like I was like, wait, what the fuck is going on? And then my friends, they were like, all right, guys, like we kind of have to go now. Like we have to like pack our stuff. And then I was like, okay. And then like the kid was getting closer, and he was like, what do you claim? And I'm like, what the fuck? Wait. And I was like, okay, like everyone's calm, so let's just like chill, right? Mm-hmm. And we pack everything up, and then we start walking on the
So
no
no
one
one said anything to that?
No one said anything to the guy. We completely ignored him, and he kept following us, and I was like, fuck, like what am I doing, And one of the guys that I was with twisted his backpack forward, and he was like, it's okay, guys, like I have a knife. I was like, wait. Where? And eventually, like I think the guy told him like stop, like like we're not on that or whatever. Uh-huh. And like he eventually like stopped following us. But after that, I was like, oh my god, like
bro, this shit
is not for the weak.
No,
it is not.
And they come out at night.
Yeah, like it was for real getting dark. I'm like, bro, where did you come from? But it was an experience for sure.
They're like the bad guys in like a TV show or something. They're just like they all come out at night for some reason.
Oh my god.
That shit is scary, dude. It's scary. But next time, I suggest don't ignore it. Because if you ignore them, like, I know what they're looking for is attention. Like, if you ignore them, that's just gonna piss them off even more.
I've never had another interaction like that.
Like,
I think it was just because I was like in a group, you know. But yeah, I don't know.
That should make zero sense though, because I'm sure you guys weren't even dressed in a certain way for them to even check you guys. You guys weren't like saying anything or doing anything. You guys were fucking taking photos. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
that's just lame as hell.
That's what I'm saying.
But so I'm kind of exposing myself a little bit because I was like 10 years old. Do you remember Yahoo Answers?
Yeah.
Did you ever use Yahoo Answers? Like, that was like the first thing that came up.
I never. Oh yeah. Well, it was like when I asked a question. Like usually that's like Yahoo Answers was like the first one, and then you know.
Also, you asked questions.
No, I never asked questions.
You just, like, Googled them?
I googled them, but Yahoo Answers would come up.
Right.
You know, so from like other people asking Yahoo Answers. So I saw those.
So same. Like, you know, like Yahoo Answers was like, I don't even know like when it started getting. What is replaced by now? What usually pops up? Like WikiHow or something like that? Like Wiki something?
WikiHow usually pops up first. And then, like anything Wikipedia, WikiHow,
Right.
shit like
those
that.
always pop up, right? And so I was like this file. I was like 10 years old, and I was sick one night. And like, you know, like when you're congested and shit, you can't breathe through your nose or like your mouth, right? And I'm pretty sure, I don't know why this specific time, like I decided to question it, and because I've probably never questioned it before, but. Hold on, give me 1 second. And I decided to know, like, I'd never questioned it before, so I don't know why I did tonight. But I was really scared because I couldn't breathe through my nose. I was like, if I go to sleep, am I not gonna wake up because I stopped breathing at night because I'm just so congested right now. Oh, shit.
The trolls went after you and they were like, yes, you are gonna die. I'm sorry to tell you this.
Well, hopefully, I'm glad that side of Yahoo didn't get to me, but I asked a question on Yahoo Answers. I went on there because I couldn't find the answers to my question. So I went on there and I asked, like, hey, I'm sick right now. I can't breathe through my nose. And so, like, I have to breathe through my mouth. But, like, what if I'm sleeping and my mouth closes? Like, will I die?
That is so specific.
And I was like, will I die? And 2 people answered. They're like,
was
they're
it
laughing at me,
quick?
though. No, it was like the morning afterwards. I ended up, like, knocking out.
You could have
I
died.
could have died, exactly. And no, they replied and they were like, oh, no, like, they were laughing at me. You're like, no, but you're fine. Like, you're not going to die.
I wonder if they were like, oh, this kid is like 7 years old.
They probably did think that.
Aww.
And, like, I see some of those questions sometimes, like, in the TikTok comments. Like, I'll see someone just ask, like, the most innocent question ever. Like, they
Right.
have no idea what's going on in the video. And that's what that reminds me of. It's like when I used to ask questions like that on Yahoo Answers. And I think I found it, like, a year later, and I went back and, like, deleted it. I'm like, oh, this is so ugly. Like, this is so stupid.
Stop.
Because it was probably up.
So a couple of years ago, I think it was like the last ever time that I could actually log into my MySpace because I still had all like the login info. But I've tried now, and I think so this is funny because the email that I used for my MySpace was a fake email. Like it was a fake Yahoo email. And
Why was it fake?
it was just non-existent. Like I didn't have an account. So like maybe someone out there did, whatever. But I used that and it lasted like a really long time. And then I'm pretty sure like Yahoo like obviously like cracked down on like emails that like weren't being used or whatever. So like they just deleted them. So now when I try to log in with that same email and like password, it says like one of them is wrong. And I'm pretty sure it's the email. But I tried to go on there. I really, really wish I would have saved more pictures from like when I thought it was gonna be like the last time like I would have done it, but fuck, I looked back and I'm like that shit was so fucking cringy. When I look back, I was like, What the fuck? It was so fun though.
What did you have on your MySpace that you wish you would have saved?
Like pictures of my friends and I. Mainly those because I don't have them.
No,
I
but
don't
the
have any.
cringy shit. Like, what was the cringy shit you did?
It was like my own like selfies. Like those were mad cringy. My top. I had a top 8. When I looked at it, I was like, why the fuck would I ever have these people on my top 8? Like, now I would never do that.
It was all over the middle there.
No.
It was all of them.
Oh my gosh. Do you remember when it was a thing to like, oh, dude, like, put me on your top 8? And
Yeah, I
like,
remember
it was just like, oh, I'll do this only if you put me in your like top 10. Like, stop.
Ooh, but those people who had like top 3s only.
Oh my
Like,
god.
they were so exclusive.
You were a top 3
I
type of
wasn't a
person.
top 3. I was like top 7, top 8.
I had to put top 8 because I didn't know 10 people.
Two kinds of people.
Yeah.
Two kinds of people. I had a mix. Did you have a mix of celebrities and real people in your top?
No, I only had real people, I'm pretty sure.
Do you
Either
remember-
that or maybe I had Lil Wayne on there.
Dude, I definitely had Lil Wayne on there.
Lil Wayne was your number 1?
If anything, he was like number 4. Because I had my
Stop.
3 like good friends.
Because
It
you
was,
had your
like-
hoes
It was like the
on
current
top
girl,
3.
exactly. It was like the current girl I was talking to that was like number 1 or number 2. Manny was like number 1 or number 2.
Oh, shit,
And then my
nice.
friend Alex was like number 2 or number 3. It was always in like someone was always like rotating. Because they were the ones I played like Xbox with the
Manny
most.
would piss you off on an Xbox. Be like, you know what? You're going
dropped
number
to 3.
3. Sorry, bud.
And then I think like even number 4 and number 5 was definitely Lil Wayne.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Do you remember your first experience with MySpace? Like when you first ran into it? Because I remember mine.
I don't really remember like a specific one. I just know that like other kids had it, and I was like, let me get into this. What is this you guys are talking about? But it
Were
was
they
pretty
usually like the bad kids?
yeah. Like stop. Like the ones that had like a laptop.
Yeah.
You know, like bro, you guys are fancy.
My friend Diana, who was here last time, she had a laptop at the age, and I was like, dude, you're so cool. Like, I wish I had a laptop.
Damn. Like
Go ahead.
Go
Mama, I'm
ahead.
sorry.
You're gonna still finish the thought. I was gonna go on and do something else. Something else.
I was gonna say that I feel like people who had a laptop had like early discovery to the world. Like those are the people who first got into the whole Tumblr wave. Like I never really got into the Tumblr
I
until like the
loved
very end.
Tumblr.
I wish I was part of it though.
Stop.
I really wish I was part of it.
It was fun. It was really fun. You know why? Because there's no fucking words, just pictures, and you're like,
Right.
yes. Like nothing was like too problematic, unless it was. But I was gonna ask you, did you ever have like an internet girlfriend?
Dude, you know what's funny? This is so ugly. Oh my god. And for like anyone who knows me, you probably have never heard this story before because it's very ugly, but I'm only gonna tell it because I just finished talking about it with this other friend of mine. And so this friend of mine, dude, she's funny as hell. So we've known each other since like, I don't know, I was probably like 6, 7 years old. We went to like day camp together and everything, and she had this friend at the camp, and like I'm guessing she accidentally broke her like pinky finger because they were
Oh.
playing to see like how far her finger can go, and she fucking kept on going and
What the
going until this
fuck?
snapped. And I remember running into them at camp, and she had a fucking cast on her finger, and I'm like, what happened to your finger? And she's like, oh, she broke it, and she was like, oh, like why? And I was like, why'd you break it? She was like, I don't know, she told me to, and I was what the fuck, like.
Y'all are different.
Anyways, so I was talking to the girl who broke the other girl's finger. So she's cool, and and we were talking. The girl the finger she broke, right? We were talking about that girl. I was like, yeah, your daughter is probably gonna end up like breaking some kid's finger at like day camp
Oh,
or
because
some shit.
she has a kid? Okay.
And I was like, she's like basically a mini you. And we were just talking about like how that all happened. And because they were like really good friends. And I was like, dude, Loki, I've never told you this before, but like that girl we like dated, like you said, like internet dated for like literally, dude, for like 2 weeks.
Oh
It
my
was so ugly, and it was over like Uvu or Skype, whatever that was.
Oh my gosh, it wasn't just messages. This shit was video.
You know what's the funny part? She lived literally like like 15 minutes like walking distance away,
No way.
and we just never met up because it's over the summer. So this is like, I couldn't visit my like girlfriends, or like I didn't want to tell my parents I was like talking to girls and shit, because this was like before all that.
my
I was like
God.
fucking 10, you know what I mean? And so I was like, I don't want to make up lies and shit. And the only people I would hang out with that they know of were my friends that I already hung out with. So for me to be like, hey, can you take me to a girl's house is a little like weird.
Right.
Maybe we're like 12.
Especially if
around
you're
then.
like very young.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, what the fuck are you guys gonna do? Play in the backyard?
But I think I eventually just walked over there one time, and like I was not supposed to go that far down the block. You know what I mean? I was just like, fuck, I'm gonna go really quickly, and
And her gangbanger brother came out. Who are you?
you know, I did talk to this one girl though, who did have a gangbanger brother,
Oh,
and
shit.
he messaged me and was like, "Yo, you gotta stop talking to my sister."
Oh, well, no way.
And that
What'd
was
you
like-
say?
I was just like, okay, I guess, because we were talking for like 3 weeks or like a month. It wasn't anything like serious. And I'm not trying to get killed over a girl. Like
Oh my
I'm fucking
God.
I'm like a freshman. You know what I mean?
That's spooky.
And yeah, so I did have an internet girlfriend that we didn't like ever interact with each other, only online, and like that was it.
I
But
like
when
that
it
you
comes to,
said
like,
that.
MySpace and shit, or like Tumblr, nah, never did.
I like how you said like it was actually someone that you knew, because you could have easily said like, yeah, I had like an internet girlfriend that like you didn't even know if like she existed or not. You know? I had an internet boyfriend. His name was Randy. But he was a real person. I tell this story and everyone's like, like, sure. Like, no, he was. Okay. Like, he was like my friend's cousin that lived in like the city close to us. So like I knew that he was a real person, and like everyone was like, no, he's not. Like, stop. He is.
Did you
And
finish the video, by the way?
I think same, like we only lasted like a couple weeks.
But like, how'd you meet him, or like when 'cause
We
you didn't know
only
him.
yeah, I didn't know him. I only knew him as like my friend's cousin. So
Oh, is that what you mean, dude? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't know what
I'll
I'm
come
talking
back to
about. But yeah, we dated for a couple weeks, but we never did like video, or like I think the most we did was like talk on the phone. Like that was it. Because also I feel like at the time I had a box computer. You know, like I didn't even have like a laptop. So like obviously that shit was not gonna have like a fucking webcam or whatever. And I guess like the most you could like see is like my pictures, like of me, you know? So yeah. It was very old school.
And so you guys never met, or you guys met?
I don't I honestly feel I like to forget these things. But I feel like I've seen him only one time. And like I don't think we didn't even like hang out. Like we were just at the same place. But like you were saying, like we were really young. So like what was I gonna tell my parents? Like my internet boyfriend is here. Let me go see him.
Dude, the
like
fact that
no.
you're even on the internet probably scared your
Right.
parents. Let alone
Like the
you're
fact that I'm
somebody.
talking to someone else on the internet. Oh my God. But which is like fair, you know, because that shit is scary. But yeah, I think I only saw him in passing.
Oh, okay. And so then you hit him up, or he hit you up, or like how'd all that go down?
What after?
Yeah.
Oh, I think like either one of us said like, oh, like I saw you, like that ugly shit, like I saw you today. But we both knew that we were gonna be there.
Like you guys were standing in front of each other for like 10 minutes, and then you went to go message him like, yeah, I think I saw you today.
You're ugly. What the fuck?
What year was that? It was like 8th grade for you? That sounds like some 8th grade shit.
It was definitely some middle school shit, definitely. But I like to forget. Did I tell you that I actually found him like on Twitter? I think it was Instagram.
Oh, really?
I found his Instagram because like one day I was like curious. I was like, whatever happened to that kid? I was like, let me make sure he is real. But I did find his like page, and I was like, oh shit, you look
And
different.
what happened? Yeah. So like, did you follow him?
No, no. Let's not do that.
I wish like you said, you wish we would have saved more photos. That's what when I deleted my Facebook, I thought about that. I was like, oh my God, I didn't save any of those photos on there.
Yeah.
And that sucks because that was a long time that you could basically see me grow or like, you know? So I wish I had kept all those photos.
I feel sad sometimes that I don't have like photos from when I was like a kid. I was already like the second child. Like there's no way I was gonna have as many pictures of as my sister. So I already have few. But yeah, I don't even have like high school really either. Like I really didn't take any high school pictures.
And even now, do you try to take a lot more pictures now?
Yeah, definitely now. But I really wish I would have like done it with my friends like in like high school, you know?
Yeah. Especially like I try to take a lot more, like you said, like a lot more now. And I realized that a lot of people actually enjoy seeing them when I'm like, hey, like I took this picture, and like they forget all about it. But it's
Dude,
cool.
like that's how I have the pictures of like school was because like other people sent it to me. Like one of my friends, Eddie, shout out Eddie, he sent me a picture of like me and my friend that I like completely forgot about. We were like in a car and I was like, oh, that's nice.
I don't even know how this like unlocked a memory for me, but I went to CCD. You ever go to CCD for like 2 or 3 years?
Of course.
So I went for like 2 or 3 years, and there was this one kid. His name was Jesus, and Jesus was like taller, and he had some sort of like disability. I'm not really sure what the disability was, but he had like special treatment and everything. And there was this one time where we had like a pizza party or something in the basement, and I was eating hot chips, and he was sitting across from me, and I don't know, I was like looking at him, and I felt really sad. Like for some reason, like I almost like started crying. I felt really bad for him because I was like, man, he probably like doesn't get. I don't know. I was just thinking like the worst, you know, like whether it's like he doesn't get treated right or he's I don't know like how he's doing. You know what I mean? Like if he's aware of the special treatment and like what they've told him about it, and I almost started crying. And I remember like, okay, if I start crying, like I can like eat these hot chips and just say like they're spicy or something, and like that's why my eyes are watery. And like I have no idea why this memory has literally always stuck with me like to this day. And I was probably like I don't know like 8 when you're in CCD, maybe you know younger or older, but that memory has always stuck with me. And I wonder what he's up to like now. He's probably my age too.
Do you remember his name at all?
Yeah, Jesus, dude.
But like his last name.
No, I don't remember his last name.
Like maybe you could look him up.
Maybe.
Maybe. You know?
I gotta go back to the CCD building.
You go back and he also goes back the same day. Because he also has the same memory of you. That pussy kid that was eating hot chips and he was crying.
He brings me the hot chips. Dude, so I finished Dubs. I finished, dude, it's so good.
We talked about devs in a previous episode. I don't even really remember what episode it was that we talked about it, but it's like the show on Hulu. I believe it's still on there. It's called Devs. It's a really short series. It's really good if you guys want to check it out. But you finished it.
I finished it. It's really good. I feel like I'm not gonna lie, at the beginning it's a little slow.
Yeah, it's
there's
dense.
a lot to take in.
Right.
But the last 3 episodes,
That's
just
where
pulls you in.
So that's when I stopped watching because I was like, there has to be some sort of like build up towards the end. And since it was so dense, like it just took me forever to be like, you know what, let me just finish it. But when I did finish it, I think I watched like those last 2 or 3 like in a row, you know,
Yeah.
even, and like the show is like pretty long itself, you know? So it was like, for me to do that, like it was really good.
Yeah, dude. Those. Yeah, the last 5, the beginning 5. I think it's like beginning 5. I probably stopped for a little bit in like the 3rd episode. I was like, okay, I'm gonna take like 2 weeks away from it. It's a little. I don't know. I don't really know what's going on. But I think now if I go back and rewatch the first 5, I'm gonna appreciate those more because like you're probably gonna catch on to little things that's going on that you wouldn't have found out
Right.
till the end.
Yeah.
But I didn't know where it was going until she explained it, and I was like,
Right.
like wow. And like I've always heard about stimulation. No, is this stimulation?
Simulation.
Simulation theory, but to like see it be shown in that way, it makes it very believable.
Right. Yeah.
It makes it very believable. And
You
that's
know,
scary.
you know when I saw like the poster for it when they were like, "Oh, this is like a new show, whatever," and you see the statue of the girl, and I love dystopian. Like I love all things dystopian, and I was like, this is also going to be that because of the preview. It made it seem like it was just something like unnatural, you know? So I was like, ooh. But then I watched it and I was like, this is not that. Like, this is something so way different, but still good, you know?
So the statue of the girl was his daughter.
Right.
All right. Mm-hmm. That's why. But like the statue was a little ugly, dude. Like,
It was scary
creepy to
looking.
look at,
It was
yeah.
creepy, yeah. It was definitely spooky, especially when they had it like they passed like scenes of it like at night. Ooh, I'm not talking about like a little statue of a girl. Like I'm talking like
Like 30 feet.
like this shit is the size of like a skyscraper. It's big.
Yeah, it's creepy. And like those long way shots, right? Where it's just like in the distance, like dude.
Long way shots, and they're also like just long as shit, like 10 seconds. Like what the fuck. The other day, I think it was just yesterday, me and my boyfriend were watching this Demi Lovato YouTube short. I don't even know if it's like a series. I would say it's like a series, but we were watching that, and there's this one part where she starts singing, and like I just wasn't trying to hear, like I wanted to get through the documentary, right? And I was like, I don't want to hear her sing, so like I'm just gonna fast forward. And my boyfriend looks at me, he's like, what the fuck? I'm like, I want to get to it. Like I don't want to like hear her sing. But yeah.
Dude, he was so excited for her to hear her sing, and you just took that away from
Oh
him.
my god. Whatever, he can watch it later.
Do you like musicals, or do you not like musicals?
No, dude,
Because
I
of
hate
the singing?
musical. I don't know, like I grew up watching Glee.
Well, there's a reason why you don't like musicals. It's fucking
No,
Glee.
I've seen other musicals too, but like they're not appealing to me. Like they're really not. Like sometimes when like movies come out on like Netflix and like they're popular, so I'm just like, okay, let me like give it a try, right? And like someone starts singing, I'm like, this is a fucking musical. Like, no, I'm gonna turn it off.
So I think you wouldn't be as excited as I would be, but this is maybe, I don't know, in 6th grade, did you ever watch West Side Story? Like back
I
in middle
knew you were
school?
gonna say this.
Maybe I told
fucking
you already.
knew it.
But they're remaking West Side Story
Yeah.
into a more like,
With that one
more
actor that's
modern
like
shit.
problematic. Have they recasted him or like?
I don't know. I didn't look into the class. I didn't look into the cast. I
Mm.
just knew that they were remaking it.
So you're excited. You're
Mm-hmm.
pumped.
I'm excited because I genuinely liked West Side
Side
Story, the first one. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. It's like 20 years, not 20 years, fucking like 15 years later, or like 14. I don't know how old that movie is. Since I've seen it, the last time I saw it was like 15 years ago, and so like for me to see it again, it's like cool.
Would you recommend
back.
watching the first one though, if you like don't know what it is?
Well, it's like a typical like Romeo and Juliet story, and then just a musical, and then I guess modern day New York during that time, which was what, like the 70s?
I don't know.
Around that, I was like maybe around there. Maybe I'm like going too back, but I think it's a good story.
I saw this like one video where this girl was saying that there's only, I believe, like 14 or 15 like storyline plots that a story could have. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like all books, all media created around a story has one of these like 15 plot lines.
I don't understand how though. Like, you don't think like someone's able to just come up with a new plot line somehow? Like, there's a story that hasn't been told yet.
I mean, like I think that's what like experimental movies are though. Like they do that, but like I feel like every story like told like I guess like in a book, like a book definitely, but like a movie is like it has to, if it wants to do well, it has to be within like one of those like plot lines, you know? The other ones like I mean they're very experimental and like people like them, but who knows?
14 or 15?
I have no idea. I just know it's like around there.
What's the last book you read?
No. Oh, you know what it was? This is how I know it was like a while ago. It was when I finished the Andrew Carnegie book. The like how to make friends and influence people or some shit like that. That was such 4x Twitter of me. Let's just ignore that. But it was a good book.
This is 4x Twitter. See, I don't see you getting hooked on to stuff like that. Like,
It was a good book. It was very like instructional, you know? It really did give you like instructions. So it was like cool.
So what did you learn?
Well, a lot of things. I learned how to influence people. No, I'm just kidding. I guess how to like talk to people better and in a way where they like listen to you. You know, I guess like influence, that's the fucking definition, but like it just actually showed you how to do it. By giving you examples, like really good examples, like good stories and stuff like that. So that's why I thought it was like really interesting because it had multiple stories inside of it.
So how do you get someone to listen to you?
That was so long ago when I read the book, but
Well, I'm sure some of those like stuck with you. Like, do you feel like you did really good in retail?
yeah.
Like
Too
you were able to sell
good.
a lot.
What was
Like,
that?
why is that? What makes you a good seller versus someone else?
I guess like it just being more personable with the person, you know? Like actually like even though you don't care, like you have to care to a certain extent, like when you're helping someone out, you know? So I think shit like that. But it really like I think one of them was like make sure you call people by their name. Like that, like they're most responsive when you make it about them because people don't care about you. Like people care about themselves and they're going to care more about themselves. Like when you compliment them, when you like call them by their name, like making them like the center of like what you think you're talking about. But it's just stuff like that.
You see, like I learned a lot of that from you. Like you told me, like on TikTok or Instagram, whatever the comment is, like make sure you call them by their name. Like I would have never thought
Dude,
about
people
that.
are going to know they're going to know the secrets now.
It's okay.
It's okay, guys. Use these tips.
Use these things, right? Right, but like I would have never done that, and like I like that you told me that because I do feel like it does make you feel better when you do when someone replies to you or like
Right.
someone you're trying to talk to or like you know what I mean to the comments and they actually reply back saying like what would you say if someone like hey I love listening
I've
feels
like
I'm
I
hanging out with you guys
Right. Like
Thank
I've answered already some of these questions. Like we really appreciate you guys like reaching out to us these like last couple days. Like it's been really cool. Like just crazy to see people like interacting with us and like telling us how much they love and enjoy like watching us, like especially when they're out here like smoking, like, you know, doing your day-to-day tasks. But I have responded to a couple questions. Like I usually like say, hey, like call them by their name if like they have their screen name on there. I'm just like, we really appreciate like you giving us like such positive feedback, you know? And like it really means a lot to us. And like just saying like a little thank you message, like, you know, take care, like be safe, just to show like we care about them, you know? Stuff like that. Dude, I feel like we're way too high to have like a serious conversation.
Did you want to go live?
I feel like I'm scared now.
It got you nervous.
Yeah. Dang, what if people are like waiting on it? Dang.
Did you post it already?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, technically we did go live though.
Dude, low key, and there would be. I feel like there would be a lot of people listening because it's like super early in the morning. Like 9. What time is it? 8:30, 9.
It's like 9.
And like right now, you'd be chilling in bed, like catching up on all your TikToks and shit. You know.
I know. I fucking know. Okay, hello.
Why was this video long as
Yeah, it was super long, but basically the only part that I wanted to get out
There's
of
no
that
way
was
that was
like
30 seconds.
Was that supposed to be 30 seconds? Dude, that felt like 2 minutes, low key.
What the fuck? Okay.
But basically the whole yo no like no sabo. I said that.
When?
And I would say because like my when I was a
Oh
kid.
my gosh, you were a No Sabo kid? Stop. Sorry for you.
And that's why like today I can't really speak Spanish like super fluently. Like I have like a lot of
Damn, we
things
gotta
that
chill
my
more.
parents can dude, yeah. That my parents can understand me, but like other people like probably don't.
I'm gonna take you to Volcan.
I think
Stop.
wait, I haven't been to Volcan. No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh, I'm fucking dead. I've never been there either. But I've always like walked when it like events are going on outside, inside or whatever. And like I just like see the type of people that go in there. I'm like, dude, that shit looks so lit. Like sometimes I'm like, fuck. But
Are they open right now? They seem like they'd be open now.
No.
I'm down though. We should go.
I don't know about all that. This one time, I think I was like with my parents and we were walking down and then we saw like all the buchona girls and like the buchon dudes and like they pulled up in this like stretch like fucking Hummer limo. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. Yeah, that shit was crazy.
All that for Volcan.
I'm pretty sure someone cool was playing at the time.
Dude, there was this one time. Oh, that's so ugly. So, have you ever been to? What's the other one? What's the 18 plus club? Mansion? Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Mansion. That's not what it is.
Oh, I think I've heard of it. Heard
You
of
ever
it.
heard of it?
But what, you went?
So I went one time, and
Ooh.
it was ugly. But like somebody was playing, like the way Volcan show, like they have like someone come in, like a band play, right? Mm-hmm. Like that's cool to see, and so people would go there to see
Just them.
that person.
Right.
And
Were you there to see that person?
no, I wasn't there
Oh.
to see that person, which was the funny part. Like I'm guessing the people who I was with, they were.
Oh, okay.
And so I didn't know it was gonna be, bro. It was like $50, and like no one told me it was gonna be $50. And I
Oh,
was
shit.
Like, fuck, like this shit's expensive. I wasn't trying to pay $50 to go into fucking 18 plus club.
You're
you know what I
right.
mean? So I was like, what the fuck? So I paid the $50, whatever, you get in, and I wasn't told that the set's not even gonna start till like 12:30 or like 1.
You're like, damn, my mom wants me home at 12:30.
It wasn't that long ago, but I was blown because I was like tired. We got there like 10 and then or 9 and then fucking I didn't leave till like 3 in the morning. I was pressed. I was not trying to leave that late that
Right.
night.
But was the show lit?
It was good.
Okay.
It was good. I didn't know who it was, but it was good. Dude, this whole Lil Nas X thing, I had no idea what you were talking about. And
Dude, people were like, dude, what do you think? What do you think? We were discussing it over there in the living room. They're like, oh, like, so what's your take on this? Like, and you're over here like, I don't know what it is. I'm like, oh, Jason, you have to watch a video or two before you record.
But I did, yeah. So I did watch stuff, and I mean, I thought it was like, I thought it was cool, like the
Right.
shoes. I was like, okay, that's clever. Was the blood real though? Because it said it had like a drop of like.
So it
Human
apparently, so I
blood.
read an article that said it was real, but not on Nike's behalf. Like Nike had, I guess, apparently nothing to do with the making of the shoe, and the brand, I believe it's called Mischief, did say that their employees were the ones that donated the blood, and
What the fuck?
yeah, and that they're in like the air bubble of the shoe.
What?
But that's kind of cool.
That
I
is
mean,
cool.
because
What
like
the fuck?
Nike would never do that. Like the FDA would be like, "What the fuck, no," you know. But I mean, they're a smaller brand, and like they do whatever, I guess.
Damn.
I wonder if they're gonna like shut them down because of that, though, because of the claims. Who knows?
Well, I thought they sold out. Didn't they sell out?
I have no idea. I think only like 666 were made. Miley Cyrus has a pair, so I was like, "Oh shit, nice."
I want that.
I want that pair.
That's crazy though. That's wild. And so and then he also released a video with and the video was just like him. Just like the
It
devil.
was him being gay. That was literally it.
But everyone was pissed because of the whole devil thing, right?
That too. Like yeah, I don't fucking know. There was a video that he also uploaded that people thought was like they were making fun of it, like a meme. But it was actually posted to his real account, like his like official YouTube account, where you know how like there's a trend on Twitter when people are like, oh, like this is what, like, let's say like this the Weeknd song like would be playing in the bathroom of a club, and it was just like the song but like muffled, you know. Were you on Twitter at that time?
I think I was.
Yeah, and it was just like a bunch of fucking songs, like people making up like, oh, this is what it would sound
Yeah,
like,
that's what- yeah,
whatever.
I remember
And they posted that one of like it was like a bathroom stall thing, and it was like what the song would sound like if you were in the bathroom while like in the bathroom in hell while like Lil Nas X is like giving Satan a lap dance, and it was just like the song but like muffled. But it was like posted to his real account, so like he made it.
That's cool.
That shit was so funny.
The other night, I was I was in my girlfriend's kitchen and we were getting Pop-Tarts, right? And she's like, do you want it toasted? And I'm like, no, like I'm good. And she said, oh, okay. And I was like, why? Like, do you want yours toasted? And she's like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, have you ever toasted your Pop-Tart? And she's like, no. And I'm like,
But
why
she's
would
being
you-
courteous. Like, what if you did? You like grew up on toasting them. You don't want to
I
be
just
rude.
thought it was the funniest thing ever.
Oh my god.
Because we both just like.
I'm gonna
like,
expose my
cracking up.
boyfriend, but but like when I met him, like he and I would like go over and like spend the night. He would like he wouldn't make Pop-Tarts, but like he would have them, right? And he would want to share with me, and I'd be like, oh, like bet, but like I hate Pop-Tarts. That's how much I was like. I was like, yeah, I guess I'll eat them. So, but tell me why I opened the package. These are unfrosted Pop-Tarts.
No.
Yes.
It's just bread.
It was just the fucking Pop-Tart. I look in the cupboard and it's like a box of them. Like, this isn't like just a one-off, like, oh, like, let me just get rid of this. This was like a box.
Did you? Oh, you opened all of them to make sure that like,
No.
they're all unfrosted.
Gross.
It wasn't just
No.
one.
Yeah. I was like, what? Fuck, I guess. And
And
then
like
I
that's
ate
what's
it.
and that's what made you like not like Pop-Tarts was like that
No.
one moment.
Okay, I'm gonna tell a story. Cause like, if you guys listened to a previous episode, the episode I forgot the number, but it was called The Plan. If you guys look it up, we talk about MLMs and we talked about about certain like multi-level marketing schemes, whatever. And I talked about how like my family, like my parents and specifically my mom, was in one of those for a very, very long time. Like she still frequents them to this day. And this one at the time, back when it was like maybe like 2005, around there, Quick Star was the name of the company. It's now called Amway today. But Quick Star back then would sell like, you know, your regular like supplements, like food, like just shit like that, just fucking garbage. And my mom would sometimes get like sample packs of, and they still do this, like they send sample packs of like their new products so you can try them out and then sell them if you can. And this one time my mom got a box of like the Quick Star brand, like Pop-Tarts. They were like knockoff, like off-brand Pop-Tarts. And they were like the cinnamon ones that had like the cinnamon frosting on top. And my mom was like, oh, look what we got. Like eat one of these. And I don't know if it was because I was already just sick or it was those specifically, but I had one and I threw up and I got so sick from them. And I was like, ew. And like ever since then, like I never ate one up until this guy was like, yeah, let me pull up with the unfrosted. Okay.
And you said, yeah, I'll take one.
Yeah, I'll say, yeah, okay. As long as it's not the cinnamon ones. Ew. But, ew.
So I have a box of cinnamon Pop-Tarts in my car right now.
Ew.
Like I bought them yesterday. And I didn't know that people didn't like them like that. Like a lot of people
You're going to
don't
put
like
it through
them,
my
dude.
mail slot to scare me one day?
You stand up and there's one there right now.
Stop. Will you open the door and the box is right here?
You put the window thing outside with your boyfriend and the guy and his neighbor.
Stop. We're not going to talk about that.
That's what happened with you in the Pop-Tart box.
We glanced at each other.
Fuck. But yeah, that's what. I have a box of cinnamon Pop-Tarts. But dude, they're fire though. I don't know, like I think I just like cinnamon.
But like, why in your car?
Well, she said, well, because she told me that like her mom used to buy them for her and her sisters, and I was like, oh, your mom must like them, or like she probably thinks you guys like them, and she's like, no, nobody ever ate them, and so I was like, what if I buy a box? Like, would your mom eat some? And she's like, no, like she didn't like them either. Like she only got them for us, and we didn't like them, and I was like, okay. Well, then I'll just buy them. But I felt bad like leaving them at her place because I didn't want to take them home because like then my brothers would eat them, and then I was like, fuck it, I'll just keep it in the car. Because like when we want like a snack or something, when I go over there,
You pull out the Pop-Tarts?
we try to like see like what we can like, you know, get together to like make like a decent snack. Like we made pepino the other day.
Ooh.
With tahini and limon. It's fire.
And then you brought out the
And then
Pop-Tarts
the
too?
Pop-Tart was the dessert, right. 'Cause we
Every
had-
time you guys hang out, like you guys have a meal, like now we have to eat the fucking Pop-Tart. Okay, bring it out, just to get rid of them.
You could tell like she's getting over it. Like if it's food like that, like she can only eat it.
Like once every couple of weeks.
Well, no, but maybe we'll like really get, like we'll start like I can get a box of milk. I can't speak. I can get a box of milk duds like every other day, and like I can do that for like 2, 3, 4 years for the rest of my life. Like I'll just always like milk duds. But like she'll have them. Maybe she'll have like a drink at Starbucks for. Not even a drink at Starbucks, but it's like seasonal. But for like a snack, she'll eat it for like a week, and then after that, like she'll be done with it. And then she'll
Right.
move on to a new snack. Whereas like me, I can have like the same snack like every day, and I'll be fine.
Dude, milk duds aren't even like they don't even taste like real chocolate.
What's your point? I mean, milk duds are fire, bro. Like, why are you hating right now?
Oh my gosh, I've never met someone that like genuinely like
Dude,
loves
the
milk
milk duds
duds.
are fired. They're fire. And those who know, like those who eat milk duds, like will understand how fire milk duds are. Have you ever had them?
Yes, I've had them.
But, like, you've,
they
like,
always get
tried to
them in the
snack on
fucking
them?
like Halloween. Like they always try to like wiggle them into the good Halloween candy
No,
packs.
don't put milk duds with that category.
And then like they're
of-
like the milk duds that I gave you. I think were like
They were
leftover
the last
Halloween. Like no one ate them.
I only felt right asking if I could take them because I knew nobody was gonna eat them. Because I was like, okay, like there's obviously a reason why there's 7 in there left, and they're like the last one, you know. Do you have a favorite candy? I feel like I never see you eat candy.
I really don't like candy like that. I don't know. Like, if anything, I think the only thing I really like Mexican candy. Like, I love it. Specifically, like, I would say my favorite candy then is the the chicken lollipops. I don't even know what they're called, like pollo asado.
Yeah.
I think that's literally what they're called.
Those are good.
But I have like a bag of them. I brought them from Mexico, so they're really good. It was like a bag of like 50, so like they're still there.
You have some right now?
What?
You have some right
Yeah,
now?
I have a lot right now.
Damn, let me get one afterwards.
Bet.
Those are fire. I like the way the chile and shit looks like. It makes it look super realistic. Like that
I
would
know,
be like the skin
like the
tone.
shape, the form of it.
It's a good
Okay,
mold.
guys. So when I first was like eating these like around my boyfriend, I don't think he genuinely like likes Mexican candy. Not because like he thinks they're spicy or whatever. I think he just doesn't find them like appetizing, which is like fine, to each their own. But I'm like, whatever, like you're fucking crazy.
They're very distinct tastes.
Yeah. And I had one of the chicken ones, and I was like, you want to try it? And he was like, not really. I'm like, dude, just taste it. And he's like, what does it taste like? And I'm like, it tastes like chicken. And he was like, no. And then every time I would have one, I'd be like, dude, taste it. And he'd be like, no, what the fuck? And then eventually I was like, you at least one time. And he's like, what the fuck? Like, this isn't like chicken. And I'm like, you think I would eat a fucking chicken flavored lollipop? Like, don't be sick. Don't be sick.
Did you like them?
Like they weren't bad.
Yeah.
I think they were like tolerable for him.
But he wouldn't grab one himself.
No. If anything, it's like me and my like roommate that like eat them. Like sometimes I don't eat any and I go weeks without eating any. And then like in a day I eat like 5. 'Cause they're just so good.
Sometimes you just see candy like that and you look at it and like your mouth starts watering and you're like,
Yes.
"Fuck," like the
That's
chile
why
would hit
that's why
right
they're
now.
hidden over there. But I really don't like candy like that. Like if they're around, like okay. But like if they're not, like I don't go to the store like, oh, I want some candy. You know?
Nah, dude, I can't leave a store without candy. I'm like the complete opposite. I just have like a big ass sweet tooth. For our 8th grade trip, we visited the jelly bean factory. Did you do that too? No, I think it was
No.
like a very popular thing around the area, and we went to the Dodgers stadium too in Wisconsin. Was it Wisconsin? Oh, it's fucking Dodgers.
I don't know.
But the Brewers. There we go.
The
Brewers. Stadium, yeah.
Brewers.
And so we went to the stadium, and I was like, and well, we stopped at an Old Country Buffet first.
Stop.
Or afterwards. Maybe it was afterwards. But,
Yes.
But we stopped at Old Country Buffet, went to the Brewers Stadium, and then we went to the Jelly Bean Factory. And the Jelly Bean Factory is in Wisconsin. And dude, it was like so fucking cool. Honestly, so fucking cool. Like, I like seeing stuff like that. Remember the show How It's Made? Like I liked shows like that, that show us where the shit comes from. And
Wow.
like genuinely, like I wonder how this stuff is made.
Did you get any?
Yeah, at the end they had samples. They had like in candy stores, you know, when you like turn the knob and shit, and the gumball comes out. So imagine like 10-foot pillars of jelly bean pillars, I guess, jelly beans, and they all have like little turn knobs, right, for samples. And so you'll go around and just get a sample that you want. And then they have they have like pounds of this shit, obviously. And so if you want this flavor, you kind of just make your own bag of whatever your flavors you want.
Right. Wow.
But they had like fart. They had
Like they had the nasty
throw up.
ones too.
Yeah, dude. And this
Dude.
kid almost threw up.
No way. When I went to Florida this past time, it was a couple years ago, and I came back and I got my sister like the Harry Potter ones, and I came back and we were like playing, and it was like, you know, 2 of like the same, like they look the same, they're like different flavored though. So we were just like playing to see like who got nasty ones, and I think I got like the rotten egg one. Oh my god, it was so bad. Oh, but the marshmallow one was like good.
I don't like the marshmallow one.
What?
You see, you'd be the person to like the popcorn ones.
The popcorn ones were good.
See, I told you. What did I say? I knew you'd be the person to like the popcorn ones.
They're pretty good.
I don't
Like
know.
they taste buttery. Like it's like good, it's like sweet and like buttery.
I wouldn't say it's sweet though. Like I wouldn't call like if I'm eating a jelly bean, I'm not expecting it to be like
Oh,
to be
you know,
buttery. I guess.
you know what the superior jelly bean is? Superior, the pear flavored. Pear. Guys, like, let me know what's the most superior jelly bean flavor because I think it's pear. Don't say anything other than that. Don't say green apple.
Dr.
Don't-
Pepper.
Ugh.
Oh, you don't like Dr. Pepper either?
No, I hate Dr.
Oh
Pepper.
my
My
God.
boyfriend loves it, and I'm always
Bro,
like,
Dr. Pepper's fire.
bro, like I'd rather have a Coke. Ugh.
God. Maybe it's because you just don't take in a lot of sweet things in general, right? Like, you don't really eat sweet, do you? Mm-mm.
Like I made like a whole like sheet of Rice Krispie treats because we have so many marshmallows, and I've only eaten like one. I'm like, I don't really even like these. Oh my god.
You still have them?
Yeah.
I'll take one too.
Okay,
I'll take
bet.
one of those. So since this is coming out the first week of April,
April 1st,
Like
April
to
Fools.
announce
Everything we just
something.
said today is a fucking joke. We were kidding. We weren't serious. It was an April Fool's joke.
dude, you got me. I didn't see that one coming.
So since this is going to come out April 1st, we wanted to announce a couple things that, for the month of April, getting you guys kind of caught up with whatever we're doing. So we are going to do some fun stuff for 420. And as you guys know, we do have like our followers on TikTok. You guys have noticed that, we went live today. If you guys want to tune in maybe next week and catch the first episode, like the first take, I guess, of the episode for next week, tune in. But we can go live now, so that is something that we're probably going to do on 420. So make sure you guys like stay tuned for that because, we're going to do some fun stuff,
And we genuinely enjoy seeing all the comments that are posted. So if there's something specific that you guys ever want to see us like talk about or like whatever that is, if you're coming from TikTok, like let us know. We definitely would like the extra ideas.
Right.
Sometimes we say
Sometimes in silence. But yeah, let us know, guys, if there's something like really specific you guys want us to do. For sure, like reach out to us because I think it'd be cool to try something new and have fun.
And so yeah.
Yeah,
Really
but that's
looking
it,
forward
guys.
to 420.
For sure. We appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys have a nice weekend.
you guys
Thank
later.
you.